I'm gonna take you on a ride. We're gonna burn through the night. Why you're so salty? I'll still take a bite.
Can't stop.
Thank you, everybody, and welcome back to The Movement. My name is Courtney McManus, one of your co-hosts here.
It is your friendly neighborhood Moose, your other co-host.
And today we got a very, very, very special star guest for you, Mr. Tyler Smith.
Yeah,
Ty Smith
let's
in the
go.
building. Babyface killer.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So Tyler is better known as the king of wholesaling.
Oh,
around
is that it? Is that
Connecticut.
it?
Yeah, that's what we've heard around the town.
Oh,
my friend.
nice.
So we wanted to have Tyler in today to kind of give everyone just like the basics of wholesaling, kind of get a little bit of info on what Tyler does.
Absolutely.
Young entrepreneur, very
Yep.
successful.
Absolutely.
So
you got to hear this guy's story, man. It's pretty damn inspiring. And I'll just be quick about it. Yeah, we met him yesterday.
Literally met this guy yesterday.
This dude, you gotta come on the podcast.
I love it. Well,
Oh,
thanks
yeah.
for having me, guys.
Definitely, bro.
Of course. So first things first, do you want to just maybe give like the basics of what wholesaling is to begin with? Because I think a lot of
Yeah.
people don't even know what wholesaling is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically wholesaling is the idea of like, so you have, say, it's an ABC transaction. So say you're the seller, I'm the buyer,
Yep.
and he's the end buyer. So me and you, right, you want to sell your house.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy it cash, right?
Okay.
Say your house is worth 200, it needs 50 grand worth of work, whatever, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to say, listen, I'm going to give you $100,000 cash.
Okay.
You say, okay, that makes sense because, the house needs a lot of work. I don't have the money to fix it, and I want to close it quick.
Right.
We sign a contract, and then I go over to Moose, and I say, Moose, I got this great deal.
Yep.
It's worth 200. You need to put 40, 50 into it. You're going to make 40, 50 at the end of the day. All I'm asking you is you give me $10,000, and you could take over the deal,
Okay.
right? He says yes.
Yep.
He takes his money, pays it to the seller. I take my cut, and everybody walks away happy.
Okay.
So
Easy.
so it's a win-win situation for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
So it's actually really simple, but there's a lot that you gotta understand when it comes to it. So.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of ins and outs when it comes down to it. You had mentioned before, so similar to obviously real estate,
Yeah.
you're doing real estate essentially, but it is obviously a lot different. How'd you get into it?
So when I was 18, I've actually always been looking for like a business to throw myself into, and I actually came across a mentorship program on Instagram. It was like $15,000, and obviously some people are like, that's a lot of money,
Yeah.
right? It was all I had,
Right.
So I took all that money, I put it into the business, and at that point, it's kind of like you're jumping off the cliff,
Right.
and you're hoping that you can fly.
Yeah.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So,
Absolutely.
and I took it and I ran with it. Now, I did that, and I didn't make any money for 9 months. I didn't do any deals for 9 months. That whole 9-month period was like trial and error.
Right.
So, I was working at a restaurant, take the money, invest in marketing,
Right.
Trial and error again and again.
Absolutely.
Finally got my first deal, turned it into 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we've done over hundreds of deals.
That's the hustler's spirit right there, my friend.
Tyler, let me ask, did you go to college?
I went to Quinnipiac for 2 years.
Okay.
Nothing against it. I thought it was a total waste of time for me personally,
Yeah.
because to go to college, be $200,000 in debt,
Yep.
come out and make what, 50, 60,000.
Yep. Trust me, I feel that. I was supposed to go to law school.
Yeah,
And,
and-
I decided the day before, I was like, I'm not going to take out a $200,000
Yeah.
loan to hate my life and impress people.
And
Right.
especially because I was paying for it myself.
Yes.
So like, and I've always been like a numbers guy. So
Yeah.
I stepped back and I looked at numbers. I was like, this is kind of dumb on my part, in my personal,
Right,
for
right,
me.
right, yeah.
Right.
School is great. Obviously if you have like,
Yeah.
you're going for like a certain career or
Right.
a certain thing. But for me, I was always like kind of want to have my own business.
Exactly. Yep.
So,
So
kinda,
do you have like family involved in real estate?
No, there's absolutely zero. Nobody involved in real estate.
So-
No one even knows like what in my family. No one even knows what wholesaling is. People don't even know what I do.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're just like, oh yeah, he's in real estate.
How
Like,
did they feel when you decided to like leave QU and invest every dime that you had
Well,
into?
to be honest with you, they kind of told me it was dumb and
Yeah.
it wasn't going to work and that it wasn't really like a real thing. Like you're not going to be able to do that. But that's just like the common misconception that people have that
Right.
live in like the everyday life. It's like,
Right.
oh, get a good job, go to work every day, and blah blah blah.
Absolutely, yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? Like it's obviously possible. And this is what I said. I said, listen, other people are doing it.
Yep.
Why can't I?
Absolutely.
Right? It's a real
100%.
thing. So, you know, for you to tell me that I can't do it, you know, I really don't give a shit what you think.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I know what I want and what I'm going to do.
Absolutely,
And that's
man.
what it comes down to. As long as you're committed to it and you're willing to put in the work,
Yep.
like, you can make anything you want happen. You just got to figure out the steps and actually take action on it. You know, you can't just think about it. You got to fucking do it.
Absolutely
Like,
fucking
figure it
do
out
it,
and
man.
then do it, you know, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Definitely. Oh.
All
All right, yeah. Meeting starting now in the conference room, guys. But I'm telling you, man, that's some inspiring fucking shit.
Thank
And
you,
it's
bro.
so
I'm
true,
telling you,
though.
Tyler.
It's so true, though. It really is.
It
so,
is.
So essentially, wholesaling, basically, like for the very, very basics, it's you're essentially selling a contract. You buy a contract for one
Correct.
price, and you
Yep.
sell it for the other, and then the wholesaler makes the difference.
Exactly.
It's kind of a no-brainer for a lot, but maybe let's go over like the pros and cons. Can you
Right.
get yourself in trouble with wholesaling? How do taxes work? How
Right.
do stuff like that kind of work?
So
I'm-
it's technically a conflict of interest if it's, let's say that I'm a real estate agent and I'm
Yes.
also trying to wholesale
So
something as
it
well.
is a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So because of the fact that, you know, obviously as a realtor, you offer like what's the word?
Fiduciary duties
Fiduciary
service.
duties
Yep.
to your clients, right? So
Yeah.
they call you and they say, "Hey, I want to know the value of my house." If you come in as a realtor and say, "Hey, well, I'll give you $100 grand," right? And they say, "Okay, yeah, I'll take that."
Yeah.
But then you turn around and you put it on the market for 175. They're gonna say, "Whoa, like I
Yeah.
hired you to get me like the most you can. You
Right
bought
on.
it, and you're taking advantage of me."
Right on,
And then
yep.
you have a huge lawsuit. So
Absolutely.
like you have to be careful with that. I mean, the pros obviously fat checks.
Yep.
You know, you're in and out of deals really quick.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Most of the deals, you know, I have no more than usually a couple hours invested in every single deal. You know, so
That's
it's like
crazy.
it's nuts.
Just to let you know, so on the pro side of things, right, that time to the money factor.
Yeah.
We have a deal that's closing today at 2:15 that we've had under deposit for 9 months.
Yeah.
Shit.
And it wasn't even a short sale. It was 9 months to the T, and we are closing today at 2:15.
I
It's
mean-
a big house, but
I mean, don't get
insane.
me wrong. Like, not every deal is quick.
Right.
You know, with any deal, you're gonna have probate issues. You're
Yeah.
gonna have title issues. You're gonna have, you know, stuff that holds the deal up. So
Because
not
these homes
every,
are in distress. Essentially.
yeah, you know, not every deal is gonna be you're in and out in like, you know, a couple weeks.
Right.
But you know, most of the time, ideally you're in and out. But you
Okay.
do still run into those hiccups. You know, the only thing for me is that to produce the amount of deals I do,
Yeah.
that people think is the hardest part. Is to
Yes.
find the deals.
Yep.
Right. In order to find the deals, me personally, I spend a lot of money. You know, and that's probably, I mean, I wouldn't even really say it's a downside because it's
No,
a
yeah.
business expense anyway.
right,
But, you know,
absolutely.
it's like, you just got to know. The biggest thing is you got to learn how to do it
Yeah.
and know how to find the deals and, you know,
Right.
learn, you know, the ins and outs
Absolutely.
of how to do everything.
I think it's a very big equivalent to if, let's say, we are spending thousands of dollars a month on Zillow leads, or we're spending thousands of dollars a month on marketing. That marketing, at the end of the day, is going to get our faces out there and it's going to bring us more business.
Exactly.
You
Everything's
know?
a return on investment.
Absolutely. So, my other question on that too is, you know, there's call centers and things like that.
Yep.
Do you cold call at all? Do you guys go through the process of doing
Yeah,
stuff
so
like
we have
that?
a small cold call center. We
Okay.
have guys that I'd like them to jump on the phones like at least an hour a day.
Right.
You know, just because it kind of gets you in the swing of things.
Yeah,
you know, you come in the
absolutely.
morning, you hop on the phone right away,
Oh, yeah. Get the
and you
juices
can like,
flowing.
yeah,
Get the
you get
juices
it going.
flowing.
You know, because you come in if you're like, you know, you got to have that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, otherwise it's like, you know, you're just like you're following up with leads. I mean, listen, you can still do it, but I still think it's good to do the cold calling. But we do
Right
all
on.
kinds of marketing.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, so it's like we're spending like a lot of money.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know, but we're producing, you know, 10, 15 deals a month.
Which is nuts.
So did you have to get like licensed to be a wholesaler?
No, so you don't need a license to do wholesaling
Okay.
at all. Zero license. Only in
Okay.
certain states like Chicago, you would need or Illinois, you
Right,
need
yep.
you need your license there. But in Connecticut, you do not need a license to do wholesaling.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
It does make it a lot easier because obviously you have access to MLS and
Yep.
you know
Right.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I'm gonna leave it there, but you know, but yeah, you know, you don't need a license to do it, which
Wow.
is it's really cool. You know, so it's like very low barrier to entry. It's really just learning
Yeah.
and then taking action.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And creating relationships like you were talking about.
Of course,
before,
relationships
too.
are everything, you
Yeah.
know, and that's what we were saying before. It's like, you know, if you can have a long-term relationship with this guy, rather than sell the house to this guy who's going to give you $1,000 more,
Right.
who cares about the $1,000? This guy's going to buy 50 more houses from you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And that's what it is. The whole business is a relationship business.
Absolutely.
In
It's
general.
all referral based, man. And like that's a big thing. Just quick story we were saying before. Yesterday on this showing, first time on this showing, lady comes, guys in the corner for the entire time of the showing. We went to one house. She wants to put an offer in. Must have been her brother. Literally speaks up. He's like, I want a 4-family. For 500,000. I'm like, shit, man. All right.
There
we
you
can work
go.
on that too.
That's
you know
all
what I'm
it
saying?
is.
It's all about relations. It's all about
Take care of your
relationships, man.
clients, and then they refer you out.
Absolutely,
You
man.
know, it's the same
Absolutely.
thing within the whole real estate, from the realtor side, wholesaling side,
Mhm.
even like mortgages and all that other stuff.
Oh yeah, all, all based on that, all based off of that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And it's a big thing not to burn bridges either. You don't want to sit there and burn bridges. So
I tell people that all the time. There's certain people that they'll go around and they'll screw you over for $100.
Yep.
And I'm like, you are so dumb, because like you don't realize that you have $100 more now, but what you're missing out is tens and thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? For a what?
Exactly.
This
guy is plugged in. Tyler Smith. You gotta look him up, seriously. And honestly, it's this mentality is strong. So I feel like it's that Mamba mentality. Maybe.
Ooh,
Let's
I like
go.
that.
See that? You see
100%.
that? Hit that.
Hey.
Last thing I wanted to touch on was Joe had mentioned that you guys are doing deals outside of Connecticut too. So you have other deals going on in a couple other states?
Yeah, we're working on it now. So we're actually transitioning into other markets. So the goal is to be in 12 new markets by the end of 2020.
Okay.
Unreal.
So right now we're breaking into Atlanta. From there, I want to maybe target like Springfield and all these other, break into a bunch of new markets, because what I'm doing here, you can literally do anywhere.
Yeah.
If you figure out the system and the process and how to, get all the way through the transaction.
Right.
Which is the hardest part.
I've been hearing Boston is like a really, really, really hot market right now.
Yeah, and that's one of the other ones that I wanna move into.
Yeah.
But it's all with due time. It's like I tell Joe, it's like, listen, you gotta walk before you run.
Yeah.
If you bite off more than you could chew, then
Yeah.
you're gonna get yourself into you're gonna lose money.
And luckily we're young, so we have the whole rest of our lives to be just
y'all are
moving
young.
and grooving
Yeah.
all the way throughout the country. So we have
That's right.
plenty of time. Yeah, Moose is a little bit older than us. So.
Not much though.
Not much.
You're good. You're good.
We got this. That's good stuff.
But
That's
thank
funny.
you so much for coming on, Tyler.
Of course,
this
my
was
pleasure.
great. Where can everyone find you on like social media? Unless you're trying to lay
Facebook
low.
actually disabled me. I had my VA reaching out to buyers on Facebook, and they flagged me.
Okay,
And
that's
now
all
my
right.
Facebook is disabled.
It's okay.
Everyone calls me like, "Oh, what's wrong? You're not on Facebook?" I'm like,
Are you on LinkedIn?
I am. I should be
Alright.
more, but
Yep.
you could probably find me
You
there.
can find him on LinkedIn.
And then
Or if you want to
Instagram.
sell your house, quick cash for cthouses.com.
Oh, there you go.
Perfect.
Hit me up.
Perfect.
Quick cash for cthhouses.com. Look
Yes,
it up,
sir.
guys. Seriously.
There you
Seriously.
go.
It's that big time positive energy, guys. Lastly, have you ever thought of doing a mentorship program for this type of
Yes.
stuff?
And that's so like I have a whole game plan. So I I'll break it down a little bit. So from wholesaling, I want to have multiple aspects to the business.
Right.
Like for example, like construction division, management division, like mortgage division, brokerage, all
Right
this
on.
other stuff. But within that, I think one of my biggest things is I want to be able to give back to people.
Hell yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
got in the position I am in because someone took the time to mentor me.
Right.
So I think it's very important to put that back out there. So like one of my goals, and we're actually working on it now, is putting together like a almost an educational course.
Okay.
Where people can learn exactly how to go through wholesaling all the way through. So
Right.
we're gonna walk you through on literally every step of the way, how to find deals, how to run comps, how to negotiate, how to do everything, how to market it, how to sell it, what is a good deal and how to do it. So
I'd sign up for that.
That's gonna
there's a
be
lot
good
of
one.
big things coming, and then maybe down the road we'll open up like an actual mentorship course. But to start, I think the best thing is just putting the information out there and giving people the opportunity, because no one even knows what this is.
Right.
And that's the
Right.
biggest
And
thing.
we're
Yeah.
grateful for you to come on and really kind of explain this to us and get it going, man, because
Well, I appreciate you guys having me.
absolutely, brother.
Of course. So if anyone's looking to sell their home, if they are also looking to young entrepreneurs looking to really throw themselves in to the sharks,
Yeah.
I mean,
give Tyler a call, reach out, and hit the ground running.
take some
honestly.
Hell
advice
yeah.
from this guy and just jump.
Instagram, Tyler Buys Houses.
Perfect. Tyler Smith buys houses.
Yeah, there you go. I love it.
Give him a follow. Also, at the Movement Podcast CT, you know where to find us. But thank you
Subscribe.
guys so much for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, telling your friends, and your family.
There you
We out!
Bye, guys. Thanks. Have a good one.
Wow.
All right.
go. Love it.
That was some big time energy, brother.